Hello and welcome back to the Fantasy Playmakers. What's up, guys? For today's video, we actually have some breaking news, but it's pretty unfortunate. Reports just came out that Cam Akers suffered a torn Achilles, so he's basically guaranteed to be out for this entire season. I mean, this is pretty brutal for a running back going into his sophomore season, lined up to have a ton of touches. And I mean, for fantasy, this is definitely going to have some big implications. Cam Akers was basically a locked-in top 12 running back pick, and now he is just totally off the board. Right now, looking at the Rams depth chart, after Cam Akers, you have Darrell Henderson, Xavier Jones, and Raymond Calais. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Rams go out and bring in a veteran in free agency. Maybe they bring in Le'Veon Bell. Maybe they bring back Todd Gurley. Who knows? But I'm guessing they're going to bring in another guy because now they're definitely going to need someone to back up Darrell Henderson, who seems like he's probably going to be the starter. And for Darrell Henderson, I mean, this is great for his fantasy value. He's obviously not going to have the same upside as Cam Akers just because I don't think he's as talented as Cam Akers. But if he's leading this Rams backfield, that is going to be a very, very profitable position to hold. And Darrell Henderson is definitely not a scrub. I mean, just looking through his game log from last season, he had some really solid games. Week 2, 12 carries, 81 yards, a touchdown, 40 receiving yards. Week 3, 20 rushing attempts, 114 yards, 1 touchdown. Week 5, 15 carries for 38 rushing yards and a touchdown, 30 receiving yards and a receiving touchdown. He had another 88 rushing yard game, 63, 47, 49, 62. So, I mean, when he was given the ball, he was definitely producing. On the season, he had 624 rushing yards, 4.5 yard average. So that's pretty solid. 5 touchdowns. Not super involved in the receiving game. 16 receptions for 159 and a touchdown. Looking at fantasy football value, I think right now, if no moves are made with the Rams, Darrell Henderson probably has to fall somewhere between like a lower end RB2 and a mid-tier RB2. I definitely don't think his production is going to be anywhere close to what Cam Akers was going to be, but I mean, just getting that workload in this offense, it's going to be a nice offense with Stafford coming in. It's going to be high scoring, and so that provides some value automatically. But I did talk about how it's likely that they bring someone in, so I really do think we just kind of have to wait and see how the team reacts to this. If they bring in a veteran, that would probably lower, Henderson's value. But I think it's fairly likely that Darrell Henderson is going to take over this backfield. He's still young. He's actually going into his 3rd season. So the Rams drafted him in 2019. So obviously they liked him enough to bring him in. He's still on the roster, so he will probably have the first opportunity to take over this backfield. But overall, this is definitely just some really unfortunate news for a running back that I think a lot of people really liked this season and was lined up to really have a true breakout year after his rookie season. He was balling out at the end of the year and in the playoffs, so just disappointing overall. But that's all I have for you guys today. Just kind of my quick initial thoughts on what this means for everyone's fantasy football implications. Hopefully Cam Akers is going to be able to rehab and come back for next season. But I mean, an Achilles is a terrible, terrible injury for football players, especially for running backs. And so we really just have to wait and see. But thank you guys for stopping by, watching, and listening. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Stay tuned. I'm going to be putting out my updated running back rankings, so look out for those. But see you guys.